Did you know that the Roman Colosseum, in addition to being the stage for epic battles, could be transformed into a real aquatic arena for naval battles? How did the ancient Romans achieve this impressive feat almost 2,000 years ago? In this video, we'll delve into the fascinating story of how the Colosseum was flooded to stage unimaginable spectacles. Get ready to discover the engineering secrets that defied time, the challenges faced by the Romans, and why this historical wonder still intrigues us today. Before we begin, please like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss content like this. And here's a question. Do you believe that, with the technology of the time, the Romans really managed to flood the Colosseum? Answer in the comments. The grandeur of the Roman Colosseum. Imagine a colossal structure with a capacity to hold over 50,000 spectators, designed to impress and entertain Roman society. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, was inaugurated in 80 AD and symbolized the power and grandeur of the Roman Empire. Built in the heart of Rome, this amphitheater was not just an entertainment venue. It was a statement of supremacy, an architectural work that combined innovation, functionality, and impressive technical skill. The Colosseum was built using materials such as concrete, travertine, and marble, and to this day remains one of the most iconic structures in history. More than a place for games and fighting, the Colosseum was the cultural and social center of ancient Rome. It was here that crowds gathered to watch gladiatorial spectacles, exotic animal hunts, and of course, the famous naumachijas, the naval battles that required the Colosseum to be flooded. And why all this? For the Roman emperors, these grandiose displays were not just entertainment. They served to demonstrate Rome's absolute power, keep the population entertained, and reaffirm loyalty to the regime. The Colosseum was more than just a building. It was a living symbol of what Rome stood for: strength, innovation, and dominance. Now that we understand the magnitude and importance of the Colosseum, let's explore the spectacles that took place there, including how the Romans took entertainment to a whole new level. The Colosseum's incredible spectacles. The Roman Colosseum was not just a place of combat. It was a theater of the imagination. Gladiators battling wild beasts, dramatic executions, and even reenactments of famous battles were all part of the spectacle. But among all these attractions, one of the most intriguing and impressive were the naumachijas, naval battles staged within the arena itself. These naumachijas were a true spectacle of engineering and logistics. Imagine transforming an arena into a huge water tank, capable of holding small boats and hundreds of participants. The Romans would recreate famous battles or invent fictional stories to entertain the crowd. Soldiers would simulate combat aboard boats, while the ecstatic audience watched the waters fill with drama and blood. But the naumachijas were not the only events. The Colosseum was the stage for games known as munera, which involved gladiators fighting to the death, and for venationes, spectacular hunts with exotic animals from all corners of the empire, such as lions, tigers, elephants, and even crocodiles. The variety of spectacles had a clear objective: to impress and keep the Roman people fascinated. It was the so-called bread and circuses, a political strategy to distract the population and consolidate the emperor's power. Now, the question that remains is, how did the Romans, with the technology of the time, manage to flood such a gigantic structure for these naval battles? The next chapter will reveal the secrets behind this extraordinary feat, the engineering behind the naumachia. The transformation of the Colosseum into an aquatic arena is one of the most fascinating feats of Roman engineering. To make the naumachia possible, the Romans designed an extremely advanced system for the time, combining hydraulics, urban planning, and cutting-edge architecture. The Colosseum had a series of underground tunnels, known as hypogeia, which were used to move animals, gladiators, and stage sets. In the case of the naumachia, it is believed that these tunnels also housed canals connected to nearby aqueducts. These aqueducts were the main source of water to flood the arena. When necessary, huge valves were opened, allowing water to flow directly into the Colosseum, filling the arena in a few hours. The base of the arena was probably lined with waterproof materials, such as compacted clay or Roman concrete, known for its resistance to this day. In addition, drainage was another challenge that the Romans solved masterfully. After the Naumachia, the water had to be drained quickly so that the arena could once again host other spectacles. This was done through a system of underground canals that directed the water to nearby rivers, such as the Tiber. The level of sophistication of this engineering is so impressive that many scholars still debate whether all the Naumachia were actually performed in the Colosseum, or whether some of them were merely planned and never carried out on a large scale. Either way, the simple design of this system shows how advanced the Romans were in their quest to impress and entertain. However, this feat was not without its challenges. In the next chapter, we will explore the technical problems, the exorbitant costs, and the mysteries that still surround the flooding of the Colosseum. Challenges and mysteries of the flood. Despite all the genius of Roman engineering, flooding the Colosseum was no simple task. The technical complexity, combined with the resources required, raised several challenges that make us question the extent to which these Naumachia were feasible. One of the biggest obstacles was the amount of water required. It is estimated that the arena would need thousands of cubic meters of water to create a suitable setting for naval battles. This demand put pressure on the aqueduct systems, which were already used to supply water to Rome, a city with millions of inhabitants. Another problem was the time and logistical effort. Flooding the arena could take hours or even days, which required impeccable coordination and specialized workers. In addition, there was the risk of leaks or failures in the drainage systems, which could cause delays or even disasters during the shows. Finally, there are the historical and archaeological debates. While some ancient accounts confirm that Naumachia took place in the Colosseum, others suggest that these naval battles were held in specific locations, such as artificial lakes created exclusively for this purpose. The lack of conclusive archaeological evidence about the Colosseum's hydraulic system fuels these mysteries to this day. What is certain, however, is that the idea of flooding the Colosseum captured the imagination of both the Romans and the modern world. Even if Naumachia were not as frequent or grandiose as one might think, they represent Rome's unbridled ambition for entertainment and spectacle, legacy, and modern fascination. The Roman Colosseum is more than just a monument. It is a living testament to the grandeur and ingenuity of ancient Rome. Its stories, including the Naumachia, continue to inspire fascination and curiosity in people of all ages and cultures. While the exact function of the floods is still debated, the idea that the Colosseum could be transformed into an aquatic arena perpetuates the myth of Roman power. This blend of reality and imagination contributes to its fame, making it one of the most visited tourist destinations in the world, receiving millions of visitors annually. Furthermore, the Colosseum is a symbol of the resilience of the past. Even after earthquakes, looting, and centuries of abandonment, it remains standing, reminding us that history is not just about what has been lost, but about what has stood the test of time. In popular culture, the Colosseum is portrayed as the stage for epic spectacles in films, TV series, and books. The idea that the Romans staged naval battles within such a grandiose structure fuels the collective imagination, reinforcing its reputation as one of the greatest wonders of the world. Ultimately, the Colosseum teaches us that human ambition has no limits. It is a reminder that even in ancient times, the pursuit of innovation, entertainment, and power could create impressive feats, some of them so incredible that they continue to intrigue us millennia later. What fascinates you most about the Colosseum? Could today's technology recreate something similar? Leave a comment and share your opinion. Throughout this video, we explore the mysteries and genius behind the Roman Colosseum, a work that transcends the limits of time and imagination. We discover how it was more than just a fighting arena. It was a stage for grandiose spectacles that defied the engineering possibilities of the time. If you enjoyed this dive into history, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more content. like this. And of course, leave a comment telling us what surprised you most about the Colosseum and the Naumachia. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.